Hey y'all, happy Valentine's Day. Hello, hello, hello. Hey everybody. If you are new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. You are now tuned into the Sammie Nicole and FeeFee show, and we are a dynamic and the only dynamic mother-daughter duo here on YouTube. And we are live and direct and here to share our Valentine's Day. We hope everybody is doing well today. What y'all got planned for Valentine's Day if you celebrate it, or if you don't, you think it's another man-made holiday. That's okay too. But happy Valentine's Day to the people who celebrate it. Hope all is well. And if you have been listening to us, but you have not subscribed to our channel yet, please go ahead and click the subscribe button again. If you've been listening to us for a minute, but you haven't hit that subscribe button, please make sure you do so. And also make sure when you select that notification bell that you hit all, so that way you can get notified each and every single time we go live. All right. So we got a special Valentine's Day live going on for y'all. We got a lot to talk about, a lot to catch up on. But yes, so again, we're the Sammie Nicole and FeeFee show. We are a dynamic and the only dynamic mother-daughter duo on YouTube, and we love talking about all things love, life, relationships, pop culture as well, from both the millennial perspective, myself, Sammie Nicole, and the Gen X perspective, my oh so beautiful mother FeeFee. All right. Before we get into it, per usual, everything we're gonna be saying tonight is allegedly. Heavy on the allegedly because we about to get into some stuff. Everything we're gonna be saying tonight is allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. This is for entertainment purposes only. We don't know these people. This is for entertainment purposes only. We just here to have a good time. It's Valentine's Day night. We know some of y'all lonely, sad, ain't got no man.
Girl, hush your mouth.
And some of y'all just need a good laugh and to pick me up. Then some of y'all don't give a damn either way, and you content, you blessed within who you are and what you are, and you just here to have a good time. So we represent for those ladies as well. But I'm just saying that all that to say we just here for a good time. Okay? We are just here for a good time. That's it, okay? So please hit the like button as you're coming in. Please hit the like button as you're coming in, okay? Hit the like button, hit the like button. And again, everything we saying is allegedly. Everything we're going to be saying tonight is allegedly, okay?
Because we don't know these
We
people.
don't know these people.
Hey, hey.
Okay, and all individuals are innocent until proven guilty. All right, all individuals are innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. Okay, all right. So I just hope we got that out there. All the people in the back. Now we done put out our disclaimers to CYA. Okay, let's get into it. All right, you want to get us started?
Hey y'all. So y'all getting a double dose. Because I did a live earlier, so
Hey, call me darling.
we over here with it. So they hear from me all the time. They want to hear from you.
Well, they hear from me as well, but they don't always hear from the both of us at the same time, which I think is super, super important because that's what we got our start off of. But you want to go solo, and you got to remember where you started. All right.
Baby, I'm Beyonce.
All right. So you gotta get back to the foundation. Because you be wanting to go solo and you think you bigger than the program. And that be your problem. That's why the group can't succeed, because people think they bigger than the program. All right. So
we want to come on, y'all. I'm here. I'm here for those who don't know. I am the FeeFee of the Sammie Nicole and FeeFee show.
right.
Although I have my own channel where where my goddess is over there. We have a good time. But I
The
am
critical thinkers.
the critical thinkers. Don't play with it. You better know it. You better know it. Okay, we are solving the world's problems over there.
Okay, one live at a time.
That's right. One live at a time.
All right.
But we over here because things have been going on in these YouTube streets. We don't know if it's true or if it's not true.
Heavy on the allegedly.
Heavy
on the allegedly.
Heavy on the allegedly. Heavy on the allegedly. All right. Let me see. Y'all comments not popping up. I want to see who in the chat. Okay. All right. Heavy on the allegedly. Um, we don't know it to be true. But like I said on my channel, I always knew I always felt like Shirley knew something about what was going on. We all knew that.
Okay, give people some context who not caught up with what's going on.
Well, see, I don't have to do all that.
Oh, they already know. Okay.
No, I'm not. No, I probably have to do it over here, but over on my channel, I don't be giving no context.
Mm-hmm.
So you give it to them.
Well, you started out.
Okay, so Shirley,
going on.
There were some things going on
Mm-hmm.
that we found out. Hey, Natasha. That we found out about Shirley Strawberry that another YouTuber put up. I don't know if she want me to say her name. But y'all let me know, have the videos been removed? For the people who follow V. Lenore, I heard that all the videos were taken down.
Okay, so some allegations were made on that channel.
Some allegations were made on that channel.
Okay. People can do their own research.
And people can do their own research on that.
Okay.
If you don't tell me what to say, then go ahead and say it. No. You go ahead. All day. I'm tired of being bossed around at 60. You've been bossing me since you've been in the world. Telling me what to say, what to do, where to go, what to buy. You stressing me out.
Go ahead.
So, now what I was supposed to say?
Hey, Dee Phoenix. Happy Valentine's Day. Hey, everybody. Go ahead.
So, hey. So, allegedly, some things were said on another channel about Shirley Strawberry and about Nesto, which it's not too far-fetched. I was believing everything that was said, me personally.
It's plausible.
It's plausible. It's plausible.
Mm-hmm.
That's factual.
Yeah, it's plausible.
Call me darling to my Sammie. I know it's hard raising your mom.
It is very stressful. It is stressful. Thank you, call me darling. Thank you. It's very stressful. I appreciate the compassion because it's not easy. It's not easy. She's very stubborn and set in her ways, and it can be a lot. I pour a lot into her. I pour a lot into her. I really do. And it's not always easy, so thank you for acknowledging me. It's a lot. It's not always easy.
But so I don't know what happened. The last time I looked at one of these videos, she said she was getting threats. I don't know what happened. And I don't know if the videos came down or what happened. I don't see what the problem was. Hey, Jay.
Hey, Jay. Happy Valentine's Day.
I don't know what the problem was. What she said was kind of on point. What was allegedly said in the video was what we all been thinking for the last 4 years. So I don't know what the problem was. We know that Shirley had to have had some knowledge of what was going on with Ernesto. She had to, Now, was the tea popping hot? The tea was popping hot. Okay. The tea was popping hot. Okay. So we know that Nesto, like I said on my channel, Nesto ain't shit. He ain't never been shit, and he ain't gonna be shit. And Nesto gonna be right there. Nesto gonna be right there where he at. He gonna be right there where he at. So it just kind of what was allegedly said on her channel just lined up with Nesto's character that we have gotten to know over the last 4 years, right? Everything just lined up. We knew Shirley was trash. Yes.
Happy Valentine's Day, ladies.
Natasha, we knew Shirley was trash. We all knew that.
Oh Lord. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
We knew Shirley was trash. It didn't take V to come up for somebody to tell V Lenore allegedly these things and for V to do a lie. V just solidified from her source what we have known and been thinking for the last 4 years. Okay? Allegedly. So it wasn't like what her source told her was far-fetched. It wasn't like it was something that couldn't be possible. Right? So I don't know what the issue was. I don't know what the issue was. I really don't. What was the problem? Somebody just came, a source just came to her allegedly and told her what we all been thinking for the last 4 years. Pretty much everything that was said. And what happened to freedom of speech? Everything she said allegedly. Everything was allegedly. Okay, you think it was a troll. Okay. You don't think, okay. I think it's the same person that was harassing Manny. Okay, you think it was a troll. Yeah. And I just hope she didn't take her videos down because, you know, she lose money like that. But some of the stuff I wasn't surprised about. Some of the stuff I was surprised about. The only issue I had, and I said this on my channel, the only issue that I had with what was said, not because it was said, but because of what allegedly Shirley had, knew and didn't do nothing about. Allegedly, him attempting to grate Sheridan, allegedly attempting. I want to say allegedly attempting. And it was told to Shirley allegedly, and allegedly all Shirley did was say, I'm going to get you a place instead of rockabuying that nigga. Instead of rockabuying him. Instead of her being with her daughter and trusting what her daughter told her, she just said, I'm going to get you your own place. That's the only thing. That's what really got me in the whole situation. The thing about allegedly Steve Harvey and her, yeah, I'm not surprised about that. I'm not surprised about that. But a lot of people feel like Shirley is walk on water, and she's not. Because she quotes a few scriptures. Hell, my granddaddy was a Baptist preacher, and he was the biggest hoe in the church.
Captain was off the chain.
He was the biggest hoe in the church. He had his women sit on the pew at the church.
Yeah.
And he was a God-fearing man. So what does it mean to say that somebody is God-fearing? That don't mean that they don't fall.
Them.
Yes. That doesn't mean that they don't fall short, right? I wasn't surprised at any of it. It confirmed what we already thought. Yeah, are you guys going to speak on Todd and Candy on this live? Oh Lord, you want to talk about Todd and Candy?
We can do it a little later on.
We're gonna talk about Todd and Candy.
Hell, might as well.
Might as well. Candy working. She just did a live. Candy working. Candy a Taurus, and one thing about us. We can be going through a lot of stuff in our life, but if we making that bread and we got some money, we don't give a damn about no nigga. I know I don't. As long as I'm making some money and I got money, Please. Candy just did a live. She getting ready to do her first show on Valentine's Day, the first one of the day. Candy, I mean, she might be a little bit hurt about it, but she making money. And money to a tourist.
But back to your point. We'll talk about that later.
But so yeah, talking about Shirley and the whole situation, what we heard and what went down. You know, it is what it is at this point. It is what it is. And I want to say this too, as I was thinking about all that was said and all that has transpired with Shirley, I never negate from the fact that she is a radio legend. But here's the thing. The legend that will never be taken from her. Is her brand tarnished? Absolutely. Absolutely. For those of us who know Shirley Strawberry and know this story, I don't care. Anytime Shirley Strawberry name comes up, for those of us that know about this, we're going to always connect her with Nesto and the things that he did. And
unfortunately.
And it's just is what it is.
Same way when Nick Cannon posts anything about his different baby mamas, you automatically think of Mariah Carey.
Yes.
Does Mariah Carey have anything to do with him creating all these single parent households? No. But you just can't help but not to associate them on them. Yeah.
And so I will say that's the only thing, you know, out of all this, I do feel like her brand has been tarnished with this Nesto thing. I don't think she'll ever, you know, people were saying, well, you know, it's over with, you know, she didn't have nothing to do with it, but it's not. She's always going to be connected to this in some type of way. Every time he goes to court, somebody is going to follow the court. Somebody's going to continue to follow this, just like we're following it. Every time he goes to court, it's going to be like pulling the bandage off of what she thought was healed. And that's just what it is, unfortunately, for her. And I hate that for her. But I don't care how prim and proper and classy and refined and, you know, she appears to be. But Shirley is ghetto.
Not ghetto.
Shirley Strawberry ghetto as hell. She ghetto.
Why is she? Shirley, you're gonna have to expound. Why is she ghetto?
Shirley Strawberry is
because she married a scammer.
She married a scammer.
That makes her ghetto.
She married a scammer. She knew he was out here scamming. She kept getting evicted. Ghetto. She got this is some ghetto hood rat mess. It's ghetto, y'all. I don't care what nobody say. It is ghetto. I can't wait for her to be called. Yep. Well, you know what? People saying they're not gonna call Shirley no more. Shirley done. They're not gonna call. I bet you in. Who? Shirley going to testify because you know why? Nesta gonna throw her under the bus. Oh baby, every chance he get. But this some ghetto mess right here. This some ghetto mess. I don't care what nobody say. It's ghetto. And she didn't want what she say. This is not my life. Yeah, it is.
Yes, it is. Yes.
It is your life.
It is your life.
You were with that man for 10 years. 10 years. Bougie ghetto. Yeah, it's ghetto. I don't care what nobody say. It's ghetto. Anytime you marry to a man and he don't come home 3 days in a row, it's ghetto. He definitely going to get called to testify in the trial. Yeah. Her fans saying that she ain't going back. We had some little guy. his grandmama or mama is a judge, and he broke it out. Honey, he broke it all down to us why Shirley wasn't going back.
I say never say never.
So it's ghetto. We already knew. Hey, we already knew what it was, what it is. And I don't care how she tries to polish herself up and be refined. And I'm just disappointed in Shirley. I'm disappointed in her more so as a mother. You know? I just think that she failed Sheridan in so many ways.
She did. Yeah, I think she knows that. Though.
That's my biggest thing.
I think she knows that though.
She failed her child in so many ways. And she felt her, and then
the same way her mother failed her in so many ways.
But she should have done better.
It's generational. But sometimes if you don't know better, you can't do better. Remember she did say she didn't have the best relationship with her mother.
But she reading all them strawberry letters. They creating all them letters with different scenarios in there.
Yeah, that's
she
true.
Able to talk those processes out and give advice.
That's true.
We're not giving Shirley a pass for being a damn bad mama. She was a terrible mama.
I just try to play devil's advocate. Go ahead.
She felt that baby, and she felt her. The baby came to her, and she turned around and slapped the baby again in the face, being with Nate. Yeah, she should have listened. Yeah, thinking everybody was jealous. Hey, everybody. Exactly. She was all up.
Yeah, that was just delusion.
She was all up in them strawberry letters, giving advice. Y'all remember? Y'all don't forget that. Now somebody saying Shirley, somebody saying somebody helped Shirley answer the letters, and I don't care.
You have issue because she took a certain moral position, moral authority of morality, giving advice and giving feedback and critique and her judgment. That's why you feel sometimes.
For the last 10 years, she was a facade. It was all up front. You come on the radio giving advice to a woman, her husband is cheating on her, whatever the situation is with a man and woman, and your man ain't been home in 7 days. But you on the air reading a letter, giving another woman advice about her man. But you ain't seen your man in 7 days and 5 weeks.
But that's usually how it is. You can give other people advice about what they're going through, but when it's your own situation, it's like you can't see it as clearly, or maybe you don't want to see it as clearly. That happens a lot with people too. They can talk about what's wrong with other people's situation, but when it comes to their situation, they can't see it. They can't see the forest from the trees. I think it's one of those situations.
She didn't want to be embarrassed. All other things, y'all. It was all other things. But like I said, out of all the things, the issue that I have with her the most is being a mother. How she felt that child. How that child went to go enroll in college after being with her mom for 18 years. That child didn't have the capacity to complete a college application enough.
And that's not allegedly. I remember when I worked at Georgia State as an admissions counselor, and she had sent that email asking about the requirements. She could barely form a full sentence. It was full of grammatical errors. That's not allegedly. And she talked about how she was Shirley Strawberry's daughter. I guess she was assuming maybe that might help her through the admissions process.
She thought she can get in over there at Georgia State.
Not to say that she shouldn't try to pursue her education because that's important, but
and she couldn't get in. She couldn't pass the admission portion to enter college because she had been in Arkansas with Shirley's elderly mother that probably couldn't help her with her schoolwork.
And that was this was like 10 plus years ago.
And that would have been right, because how old is she now? 28?
Yeah, late 20s, early 30s.
The baby came up here from Arkansas. Shirley said, "You 18 now. You can come with me. We gonna get you in school." The baby went over there to GSU to try to get in. The baby couldn't even get into college. Didn't have the aptitude to get into the school because she had been with her
at that time.
at that time because she had been with her mom. And that's it's so many. But you on the radio giving advice, and then Sheridan gets pregnant. Shirley was ashamed to tell people she was a grandmother. She had the audacity to be shamed after you had failed her in so many ways. I'm through with it. Go ahead.
Like I said, I just think it's easier to give advice and talk about what other people are doing wrong and not look at what's going wrong in your own personal life. I think that's just human nature. A lot of people do that. They can judge and critique what's going on in somebody else's life, but when it comes to their life, they don't have
Y'all hit the light, shed a light.
Yeah.
Y'all don't be hitting the light for us. Y'all be in everybody else's life. I'm gonna say this.
Oh, you want one today?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Y'all be in everybody else's life. I be watching y'all. Y'all be in everybody else's life. Y'all be sharing and y'all be contributing and y'all be doing all the things. Wow, we deserve the same thing. Y'all hit the light.
Yes, hit the likes.
Okay, go ahead, y'all.
All
Y'all
right.
know I don't get really mad at y'all. Y'all know.
She had to get that one off. She had to get that one off. Get that off your chest. Get that off your chest. Get that off. Get that off. All right. She had to get that off. All right. So like I was saying, I just think it's human nature you're more comfortable being able to see, what is it, like the Bible says, seeing the speck in another person's eye than seeing it in your own eyes. Like it's easier for you to critique somebody else's relationship or how somebody else is parenting their kids versus looking at yourself and looking at what you have going on in your shortcomings internally. It's easy for you to be like, well, they're not doing this right, they're not doing that right, and then when it comes to whatever you got going on, you either don't want to deal with it or you want to turn a blind eye. And to me, Shirley she comes off, she, at least in the past, obviously this whole experience has changed her and hopefully for the better, but she just came off as the type of person where she didn't like to deal with things head on, especially things that weren't pretty, that weren't beautiful, that were uncomfortable for her. So I could definitely see how she could stay in a relationship like she did with Nesto, and not really dealing with things head on with Sheraton because she don't want to deal with that confrontation, and she wants to maintain a certain type of image. And people who are really fixated on maintaining a certain type of image and presenting themselves a certain type of way, they don't want you to see their slip. And understandably so, people don't owe you their dirty laundry, but then again, when you're in the public eye, that's kind of like what you sign up for. Unfortunately, it just is what it is. So I think that's the main thing it is with her. Like, she wants to maintain a certain image, and there's nothing wrong with that. But she wants to present herself a certain kind of way, and if all this stuff coming out, it messes up how y'all view her. She wants to maintain a classy image, and then, like we've said on thousands of shows before, she comes from a different generation. She's a baby boomer. You don't talk about what happens behind closed doors. You protect that. You protect your image. You protect your public persona. You don't show your slip. And this experience with Ernesto is, taking off the mask for her, and it's forced her to live more authentically. I think in a way, this experience that she's going through with Nesto is giving her the gift of authenticity. and it's giving her more wisdom. It's sharpened her discernment, and it's allowed her to really see like who's for her and who's against her. Let me see. Shady said she couldn't articulate herself in the admissions process, but Shirley is so well spoken and thoughtful about what she says. Wow. Yeah, she was struggling in her email. I worked as an admissions counselor at Georgia State 10 years ago. That's not allegedly. She was struggling. And I think she went to a private school too. Not to say that, she's not an intelligent young lady, because intelligence shows up in various ways. You know what I mean? Just because somebody is not super articulate or they can't spell doesn't mean they're not necessarily articulate or they're not intelligent, in other ways. But that is the truth. That's not allegedly. So, and we've already talked about this 1,000 times. Shirley her career was at the forefront, then her marriage, then her child. So obviously that was not her top priority, ensuring that Sheraton was, the most articulate or, had the best grammar. Obviously she's working and trying to maintain her marriage. That's not going to be at the forefront.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Let me see what else y'all saying in the chat. Natasha said, ashamed to be a grandmother, but not as ashamed to be married to Nesto, who's nasty and evil. Okay, Natasha, she on her head. She said she gonna stay a fool. She ain't learned nothing. Lord, Natasha, I'm trying to get a lady to benefit out of that. Natasha said the hell, she ain't learning nothing. I hope so. I hope so. I hope so. Especially if she back out here dating again. She probably scared as heck to be dating. But if she is, you got to tighten it up.
Yeah, she gonna have to be on her game.
If she is back there to dating, I'm wishing her the best, and I hope she's on her game. Yeah. We all have to stay on our toes, no matter who we are.
Yeah.
None of us are the exception to the rule.
None of us. We all get got.
Every last one of us. Every last one of us.
Keep your head on the swivel.
Keep your head on the swivel, ladies.
Yeah, I hear dating.
Keep your head on the swivel.
Keep your head on the swivel.
At all times.
At all times. Don't sleep on them.
Them.
They got some foolery and fuckery for you.
Okay. It's out here. It's out here. And too, as women, like I said before, we have to realize that none of us are the exception to the rule.
No.
A lot of us feel like when we get with a man, he's going to treat us differently. Now, if Shirley would have did her homework, she would have seen how things would have turned out with the previous wives, right?
But her friends was telling her.
Right, but she said them hoes jealous. It's going to be different. They don't know what they talking about. Again, that's a shortcoming that oftentimes we have as women, where we feel like we are the exception to the rule, and it's hard to tell a woman about her man. Can we just admit that? It's hard to tell a woman about her man.
But here's the thing, we already know before somebody even tell us. We already got, ain't nothing you can tell me about my man that I don't already know and feel in my shanalana.
Right. And I'm sure she felt things too. I mean, the lady she may be delusional, but she ain't obtuse to that degree. She can feel stuff too. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Well, absolutely. But I'm just saying, it's hard. It's hard to tell women about their man. They don't want to hear that. That's why she was saying, well, remember on the phone call, they're just jealous of us. They're jealous. It's hard.
Yeah, I don't know why the hell she talking about was jealous of her and Nesta.
Because of their love and the rented house and where they live.
Riding around that damn G-Wagon that he allegedly
robbed Peter to pay Paul to get, allegedly. But that's just how it is.
And then they snatched the shit from her. And she didn't have no car. Now, who jealous of that?
Well, at the time when she had it, them hoes was hating. And they jealous of they love.
Yeah.
You gotta think too, like when you have on those rose-colored glasses, you be delusional. Your head be gone. You don't think. You're not seeing things for what they truly are. You know, that lady was comfortable, even though she was living a lie. She was comfortable, and her world got turned upside down. I mean, it happened. Let me see. Jay said Nestor attracts a hole in the ground. If he fool with Boney, tell he'll mess with anything. In my opinion.
For sure.
Well, allegedly he attracted to a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Allegedly, which would make sense being in and out of the prison system like that, and so homophobic. Those are telltale signs.
Mm-hmm.
And have a lot of vitriol towards women, but we're gonna leave that alone. We're gonna leave that alone.
So that ain't far fetched.
That ain't too far fetched. No, it's not.
So that's our part on Nestor and that Shirley thing. You want to talk about Candy and Todd?
Let's go ahead and talk about Candy and Todd. Mama Joyce, we owe you an apology.
You think we owe Mama Joyce an apology?
From the Sammie Nicole and FeeFee show, Mama Joyce, Candy Mama, we owe you an apology. Let's talk about Candy and Todd.
One thing a Negro gonna do is make you look like a damn fool.
A fool. A fool. This is why you don't marry down. As a woman, this is why you don't marry down. There's always a price to pay. Now, is money everything in life? No. But it for darn sure helps. And I think with this Candy and Todd, I think he was somebody who was on her level creatively, but definitely, obviously not financially. And I think that now that Todd has gotten his money up, I mean, he's still not a multi-millionaire like Candy. He's a millionaire now, but he's not a multi-millionaire like Candy. He is starting to feel himself. He's starting to smell himself. And as y'all know, we live here in Atlanta, and we've heard things for years about allegedly Todd being out in these streets and courting other women. Now Candy has shared in the past that her and Todd, from time to time, they partake in threesomes. She has stated that in interviews, so that's not allegedly. But it has also been said around Atlanta that he likes to partake in relations with women outside of Candy. And from our understanding, based off of what Candy been saying, that was not necessarily a part of their agreement. It was supposed to be a couple thing, not an individual thing.
But does it?
And Todd has
does it ever stay as a couple
thing? An individual thing.
But does it ever stay a couple? Anybody in the chat do threesomes? Does it ever stay a couples thing for anybody?
No judgment if you do.
No judgment if you do. This is a judge-free zone over here. I never have. But does it ever stay as a couple when you do stuff like that?
When you open up Pandora's box, no.
No.
Usually when you do threesomes or when you have those polyamorous relationships, there's always somebody that's jealous. There's always somebody that's favored more than the other. There's always somebody that gets more attention than the other. It's just human nature.
Yeah.
It never really works out the way people envision it. But you know what? Candy and Todd, they had a great run. I mean, they were together for 10 years. It was a scheme that Todd came up with. The bullshit. It was a scheme. I'ma say it. And I don't know if y'all follow Todd on Instagram, but he recently posted a video of him driving in his car, and he was playing Rick Ross' song "Stay Scheming." Excuse my French. So I do believe that in fact it was a scheme that Todd came up with to come up with the bullshit. I do. Do I think that Todd cared about Candy at one point in time? I do. But I also think that he saw somebody who he could make a come up on. And like they said on the Real Housewives, he is an opportunist. I believe that he is an opportunist. And I just think their relationship has run its course. I think that the best thing Candy can do is to go through with her divorce. And I also think that she needs to stand her ground with him. I think Candy is very non-confrontational when it comes to her mom and when it came to Todd. And I think that this experience is going to teach Candy how to speak up and to set firm boundaries when it comes to people that she's in close interpersonal relationships with, like i.e. her lovers, her significant others. Because she is typically the type of person that runs away from hard conversations. And I think her going through this battle with Todd is going to force her to deal with things head on instead of waiting until she blows up and start crying and screaming, ready to drag somebody. Like in the famous hotel couple scene they did years ago. She's gonna finally be able to deal with things head on, and I think that's important. I do. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat about this. What is hold up now. Now what you said? Survival is my superpower said I have threesomes with my toys, so no one seems to be jealous. All right now. All right. Well, there it is. Call Me Darling said, I still have mixed feelings about Todd and Candy based on what I watched on the show. But if I was Todd, I would have been done after her mother was disrespectful and Candy never checked it right. And I feel like that was like the beginning of the end when that happened. When Mama Joyce disrespected Todd and his mother, to me, that's when that resentment really develops. And I think that Todd has carried that resentment towards Candy and her mama for all these years because Candy could never really stand up to her mother and set boundaries with her. And I think that that's part of the reason why, I do feel like Todd in the back of his mind was like, once I get on my feet, I'm doing me. And I'm not going to stay. I don't think that Todd ever planned to stay with Candy forever. I think that it was always in the back of his mind to get up on his feet financially, do and get his, footing under his feet so that he could be more financially stable and do his own thing. Do I think that he loved Candy and cared about Candy? I think in the beginning for sure. I think so. But I think over time, when you dealing with that constant disrespect, that resentment builds up. And then I think that Todd was jealous of Candy too. I think that Todd felt like because he was married to Candy that she should have included him in all of her business ventures. And I think he felt some type of way when she didn't do so. Especially when it came to like her working on Broadway and some of the projects they co-produced together, but some of the plays they didn't on Broadway. And he, talked about how he felt some type of way about that. So I just think it's a combination of all of those things. But I just think as a woman, especially a woman that's in Candy's position, you shouldn't marry down. And I know that can be very challenging for us as Black women, trying to find men who are on our level and who are also Black and marriage minded and, which I think is just a lie from the pit of hell that people like to condition us to believe. But that's a topic for another day. Your thoughts create your reality. I'm a huge believer and firm believer in that. But I just think that this is a case where you need to date on your level in all areas, and that it's very dangerous to be with people who don't have anything to lose. I do. Let me see what y'all saying. Call Me Darling said, as a mother of adult son, I would have never chose the young lady he is with, but I don't overstep my boundaries as long as she's respectful. So am I. I just think Mama Joyce did too much. Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't think any of us will argue against that. She has definitely overstepped her boundaries. She has definitely been disrespectful at times, a lot of times, to both Todd and his mother. And Candy should have been put her in her place. And I think that's part of the reason, why Todd feels so much animosity towards Candy. Mm-hmm. And you can tell he feels some type of way towards her and her mother. Mm-hmm. Almost like a love-hate energy. Like, I don't know if you all have ever checked out his YouTube channel, but he used to go live a lot with Candy on his own YouTube channel back in like 2022. And of course, he would have Candy on the channel to get his views up, of course. And you could just tell the passive aggressiveness that he had towards Candy, the animosity that he felt towards her. And you could tell back then that it was the beginning of the end. And that's something that you got to take heed to. But I just think that you need to date somebody that's on your level. You do. You do. And I feel like, when you're together for long periods of time, people change, right? We grow, we evolve, we start to like different things, we start to be interested in different things. And I just think that Todd is one of those people who, he's a perfect example of how a man truly acts and feels when his money is low versus when his money is up. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's why I feel like it's always good to date men that are at peace with themselves and that are at peace with life and that are in a good place financially, because oftentimes their wants, their likes, their desires are going to be a lot different when they're at peace and when they're happy and when they're stable financially versus when they're not. Mm-hmm. And personally, I don't know if Todd would have married Candy if he was in the same financial position he's in now. Even though he's a millionaire right now in present day, I think he's worth like 1.5 or 2 million. Candy is worth millions, of course. But I just think that I don't think he would have been as interested in her. Mm-hmm. If he would have had the amount of money that he has today. I just don't think so. To me, Todd comes off as a man that he wants to be the man. He wants somebody that's going to cater to him and be subservient to him. And when you're dealing with a woman who is a boss in her own right, she can do that sometimes, but she can't do that all the time. She can't always stroke your ego and placate you and play into your insecurities and your shortcomings. She can't always do that. And I just think men like him, they need to be with women who have less than them so they can feel like they have some sort of control. Because Candy, you in her house while she getting her hair and makeup done. You're going to always be seen like the lady of the house. And that house is in her name and was purchased before y'all got married, which was smart of her. So, if you're the type of man that you want to be in control, you can't have it both ways. And I hope this is the lesson that Todd and other men learn. If you want a boss chick, you need to be okay with what comes with that. That means she's not going to always be submissive and in a subordinate position to you. So if you don't want a boss chick or you don't want to deal with that, what comes with it, don't date a woman like that. And I feel like too often men, they say they want a woman that's independent and that's moving and that's shaking. And they only want that so they can climb on top of her back and make a come up off of her hard work. And then on the flip side, turn around and complain about it. Which one is it? Either you want somebody that's bossed up or you don't. If you don't want somebody that's bossed up, you want somebody that's more low key, behind the scenes, maybe doesn't make as much as money as you, then go get that. But keep in mind that you may have to do a little bit more financially. And I just feel like that's something that men, y'all need to figure that out. Y'all need to work that out. Either you gonna be the boss or she gonna be the boss. But you can't get mad. You like the fact that she the boss and she got money and she has access and she has clout. And then you turn around and resent her for it. And that's what Todd has done. He liked the fact that Candy was well connected and had it going on. And now he feels some type of way. Does he feel like he's just he in some instances is like the help, or he's the lady of the house? In a lot of ways he is. And it just is what it is. Hell. I mean, that's what attracted you to her. And so I have to say, Candy did all that freaky stuff. He still cheated.
And he still cheated. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Y'all, you cannot keep a man who don't want to be kept. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you do. If a man does not want you and don't want to be with you, there's nothing you can do. She did all that. But in Candy's situation, I'm to give her credit. Candy
just a freaky person.
Right. She goes both ways.
Yeah, Candy is bisexual.
She's bisexual.
And Candy get freaky with whoever she dating or into. That's just how she get down. That's just how she.
So it wasn't nothing she did to save her marriage.
She's just a naturally freaky, sexually fluid person. She would tell you that.
Yeah. So that's but
she don't care.
In other cases, y'all don't be out here doing stuff like that. Do what you want to do. Let me shut up. What I know, I'm only 60. All right, go. Y'all do what you want to do. Do what you do it.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Yes, y'all. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button, y'all.
Thank you, y'all. Thanks, everybody.
Calm me down and say, in the beginning, I felt like she wanted him to be Mr. Mom. Now we're hearing he wasn't really watching the kids on the show. It was easy to get the impression he was stuck with the kids all the time. Right. Let's talk about that. So, and I feel like, Ty is very strategic.
Ty had a plan all the time when he first started doing that Mr. Mom shit.
Daddy daycare.
He's
very strategic. He's very manipulative. And I feel like that whole daddy daycare stuff was
right.
Because according to Candy recently listed in the court filings that Todd does not pay for the children's private school tuition. Todd does not pay for uniforms, school supplies. Todd do not pay no copay when they go to the doctors, when they get their eye checked, when they get their teeth cleaned, when they get they child welfare check at the doctor's office. She said Todd don't pay for no landscaping, no water bill, no light bill, no gas bill. Shit. She said Todd don't do shit but look cute and sit up in the guest house all damn day. Todd don't do shit but sit up and look cute up in her damn guest house all day. And then when the spirit moves him, he'll post a video of him dropping off little Candy and little Todd off to school. Or because he's so manipulative and scheming, he'll post a picture of him combing little Blaze's hair. Candy say Todd do not be seeing after them children like that. Them children have a nanny.
They have two nannies.
And I believe it because Todd be all over the world traveling. You might see him post 1 or 2 videos a week with the kids, dropping them off at school. Next thing you know, he in Puerto Rico or Honduras somewhere. Okay? And Todd's argument is, well, I'm staying in the guest house because I don't want to get another apartment or condo and take the kids there because I don't want to mess up their routine. This is their home, and moving them to a condo 50% of the time, that would mess up their routine. And I want my children to be comfortable. Okay, cool. Well, if that's the case, why you can't Zelle or Cash App Candy 5 G's a month for the bills and the utilities? I'm not saying it's not their marital home. It is their marital home, right? That is his legal residence. I'm not negating that. But if it's your legal residence, put something on the utilities. And I just feel like, again, he resents Candy for being a boss. But you knew that from the beginning. You knew she was a boss. You knew she was about her money. And now you want to turn around and resent her from being a boss, for being about her money, for wanting to protect everything that she worked hard for. Like, she doesn't have a right to do so. How you gonna like the fact that I'm a boss and I got money, and then in the same breath resent me for it?
Right.
Because you feel like I'm always talking about mine, mine, mine. That's what he said in one of his videos. You know, these boss women, they have all these things and everything is just mine, mine, mine. Because, nigga, it is mine. It is mine. How you gonna get mad at me for saying something is mine when it is mine? It is hers. And it's like the very thing that attracted you to her is now the very thing you resent, you despise about her. And I just feel like, you know, that's on you, Todd. Candy has been consistent throughout. That's one thing we can say about Candy. She is consistent. And I feel like you should have never married her in the first place if you knew you felt some type of way. And you knew she wasn't 100% what you were attracted to. So now, allegedly, Todd does have a girlfriend. He has a longtime girlfriend or mistress, whatever you want to call her. Allegedly, her name is Hannah. She lives here in Atlanta. She is Black and Asian. Her mom is Asian. Her daddy is Black. They have been dealing with each other for quite some time, allegedly. And, you know, he has been taking on that role of you know, being somewhat of a provider in that relationship dynamic. So in that dynamic, you know, he, you know, is helping her out financially and, you know, able to kind of take on that role of, you know, I can introduce you to new experiences and I can kind of be that man, that provider to you. Basically what Candy was to him, you know? And so I just feel like had he not been so opportunistic and so thirsty, that was the relationship dynamic that he desired all along. And I think that he thought that he was going to be able to get with Candy and really control and dominate her. And once he saw that he wasn't going to be able to do that, you know, that's where the resentment just built up even more. But with this new dynamic with Hannah, allegedly, because she's not on the same level as Candy, he's able to feel more like the big dog in this relationship dynamic. Whereas with Candy, you know, he wasn't necessarily able to be that because she had she had more money, she had more of the connections. You know, this is her city. She's from Atlanta. You know, everybody loves and supports her and backs her up. You know, so she's at a greater advantage than him. So I just feel like, you know, it's just best for people to date on their level in which they feel comfortable at. And I feel like as women, I know, especially as Black women, a lot of us are very successful and we want love, we want a family, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I think that when you're a Black woman like Candy, that's worth tens of millions of dollars, you have a lot more to lose. And you do have to look at love and relationship with a little bit more logic than you do emotions. I hope that the court honors that prenup because Todd did not sign it under duress. They had it on camera. He stated he was not under duress. And so I'm hoping that the courts honor the prenup. And you know, it's unfortunate. It's really, really unfortunate because there was a big part of me that was hoping that, you know, they would prove Mama Joyce wrong because they fought so hard for their relationship, so it seemed. And so it's just one of those things, you know, where people get comfortable, they start feeling themselves, and They feel like they don't have to put as much effort into it. And I feel like, it's not all on Todd. I think Candy was starting to get tired of his ass too. Because Todd can be really slick at the mouth. So, and then we know Candy go both ways. So, we'll see if she pulls a Portia. Do you think she may come out dating a woman after the divorce? I think it's possible.
I think she already. What my mic? I think she already got one. Somebody said she already got a woman allegedly.
Not that it's a issue if she does. It's her.
Not
life.
at all. Not at all. I don't care what nobody do. What make you happy?
It's your business.
Yeah.
But, I just think that when you have that level of wealth as a woman, you need to date on your level, or if you are going to get married, you need to marry on your level or not marry at all. Because it's just so much to lose. It really is. It's just so much to lose.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot to lose.
It is. And I understand people are like, well, now y'all know how men feel, but men are supposed to be providers. That's what they're supposed to do. And I feel like because Todd, he liked being kept when it was convenient for him. But once it was no longer convenient for him, or it made him uncomfortable because he didn't have the same level of say so, then he started to feel some type of way about it.
Right.
And that's what I mean by you gotta pick your poison. If you want a woman that's gonna go 50-50, or you want a woman that's gonna pay for most of it, then you gotta understand that she's also gonna be a little bit more dominant, a little bit more controlling in some ways. That's just what comes with it.
Yep.
And I just feel like, let this be a lesson learned to Todd that if you want to be the boss and you want to be in control, you need to have more financially than the woman you're with. If it's like that. Because he was always whining and complaining about on his YouTube channel about women being bosses and not feeling like they don't have to be submissive to their man, all that old bullshit. Then nigga, you need to get the money up. And I feel like now that he got his money up a little bit, he acting sporty. Like, shout out to the people from Florida. And I just feel like you can't have it both ways. So I hate that things are starting to get nasty between Candy and Todd, because I know Candy wanted it to be cordial and, wanted them to be able to have a smooth, transition, especially for the sake of their children. Their children are still young. But
I just hope Candy.
He's gonna put up a fight, and I feel like he's not gonna back down.
I hope he don't keep on poking
something.
the bull, because you can only poke the bull. You can only mess with us so many times, and first few times we gonna chuckle and we gonna ignore you. But you keep on, and once we get started, he gonna keep on. But she trying to hold her composure because she in New York. Like I said, she making money, so she ain't really trying to feed into what Todd got going on. But Todd is like a bitter woman.
He is.
He's like a bitter woman.
And he's not backing down. He's like, I'm leaving here with something.
And unfortunately,
he's not going back down.
Unfortunately for Candy, but fortunately for me, the laws in the state of Georgia are going to be lean more so towards Todd, because they were married for so many years. And
he gonna leave with something.
A lot of what she has accumulated, she got it during the marriage, and he's gonna get something. I don't know what and how much, but he's definitely gonna get something. He's definitely gonna get something. The way the state of Georgia laws are, he's definitely gonna get something.
Carmen Darling says she's definitely going to bust out a girlfriend. Okay.
What
What do y'all think about this? If y'all was in Candy's position, would you have married down? Would y'all have gotten a prenup? I want to hear what y'all think in the chat. And for those of you guys who are going to be watching the replay, let me know what y'all think.
Here's the thing. I don't think Candy really cared about. Candy just wanted love and wanted to be in a relationship. Her fiance, the one that
AJ
that passed away, he was supposedly part owner of the strip club. Supposedly, AJ didn't have more than what she had, and Mama Joyce didn't like him.
Riley did.
So I don't think Candy really was going for a man that had money. You know what I'm saying?
She said she wasn't. She was more so looking about how a man treated her, how she feels. She wanted to be respected. Because she said when she was dating men that had just as much or more money, they weren't acting right. They had a lot of women.
And then
Ty had him.
And then too, we're gonna go deeper too.
Let's go deeper tonight.
Let's go deeper.
Valentine's Day. Let's talk about this love stuff. Let's really get into it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
You want to talk about it?
I want to talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's get it.
Now, being from Atlanta, I've been here, and I've been in hair salons and as service for places where celebrities go a few times, and if I hadn't, I know some of the people who are giving me services that do celebrities, and people talk. So word on the street allegedly is that, Candy used to do her thing, mess with people husbands, sleep with people husbands, and mess with her friends, men, and in the industry. So Candy has done a lot of stuff that wasn't right, to other people. So who's to say this is just not full circle, her karma coming back to her for some of the things that she did, right? We don't know, why this is going on. Is it wrong for Todd to say, I want something? No. Do we feel some type of way because it's a man instead of a woman?
Absolutely.
Wanting something?
Yes. I do. I'm not saying he's not entitled to anything because, they built a lot of great stuff together. Even though the foundation was already built, he just added more to the house. I'm not saying he is entitled to something, but I don't think
do we want Todd?
I think he's asking for more than what he's entitled to. That's my problem. But I do think he should get something.
Or do we want Todd to do like some women say, I don't want nothing. I just want to get out the marriage. I don't want nothing.
No, he ain't finna do that.
That's what we want Todd to do. You know how some of them women say, I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing.
I cannot relate.
I can't relate either. You know I can't.
Yeah, you know you can.
I don't want nothing.
But Todd say I'm leaving here with something.
Todd is definitely going, and he's gonna leave. He's definitely gonna leave with something.
Todd say he don't give a damn what we talking about.
And Candy needs to just accept that he's gonna get something. And I'm sure she has a good legal team, and I'm sure they have told her. And I know attorneys, and I know how they talk because I've dealt with a few. They're telling her, the good and the bad. He go, he's rightfully so to get this, but we're gonna fight. We're gonna fight to the end for you. We're gonna do everything we can. And they know that they're gonna lose the fight, but they're gonna tell the client we're gonna do what we can. But
they may not lose this one, but we'll see.
But Todd is gonna definitely get something.
He's gonna get something.
He may not get everything he's asking for, but he's definitely gonna get something because they were married for what, 10 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. And in the state of law, there's a 10-year clause on what what you can get, how much you can get. 10 years married to somebody in the state of Georgia is very crucial.
Mm-hmm.
It's a determining factor.
It is. That's why a lot of people really try to thug it out and make it.
Yep, it is.
Calm down and said, men get their money up and seek out the beauty they always wanted. And now he'll be tricking up his money on his new woman. Yeah, he got a young Blasian woman. Her mama Asian, her daddy black. Her name Hannah. And allegedly, according to Funky Dineva, heavy on the allegedly, Candy did go around there over to Hannah's house to see about it.
And that's crazy to me. After they say allegedly, Candy and slept with other people men.
But she did go. She still went around there to Hannah's house.
But she gonna go. And hell, they say the fuck she allegedly slept with. They had wives.
Riley daddy was married.
Come on now, somebody. Come on now, somebody. I wasn't gonna say it, but since you ain't said it, let's talk about it.
Riley's father was married when she got pregnant.
Yeah. My Lord, today.
She had a baby by a married man.
Come on, somebody. I wasn't gonna say nothing.
Well, hell, we talking about it now.
You want to talk about it?
Let's just talk about it. Hell, it is what it is. Love you, Candy.
I like me some Candy.
I like Candy. I go out to CNS Seafood with Candy, have some and Kiki.
I never forget when Candy walked in the salon. Derek said, "Though, and when she here come Candy, y'all. And when she come in, don't ask her for no autographs, don't ask her for no pictures, don't say nothing to her, don't say nothing to her." One thing about Candy ass. Candy said right next to me at the dryer, honey. Candy want her phone. I was on my phone. Y'all know damn well I wasn't saying nothing to her because I'm a damn celebrity too.
Okay.
Period.
And being from Atlanta, you get desensitized. Just a side note, side tangent. You get desensitized from seeing celebrities. Like this past Tuesday, I went to a listening party for Ari Lennox. I saw Jermaine Dupri, Brian Michael Cox, David Banner. It's like
damn, I hate I miss David Banner.
David Banner is
David Banner is my man in my head.
Fine, baby. Talking about sexy, that's just strong, masculine.
Now he can get it.
He fine.
That damn David Banner, he can get it.
Now he can get it. Baby, you need to pack. You need to pack that thing for me and cool it off. Pack that thing and cool off, girl. Cool off. No, ma'am. Just pat it and cool it on off, honey. Yeah, David Banner is sexy, y'all, in real life, and he's tall. He smell good.
Yeah, he fine.
Sexy.
He fine. David Banner is fine, and he talk. We seen him out at when Gladys Knight. Was you with us, Samantha? When we seen David sitting at the bar, you wasn't with us.
No, I didn't see him that time.
Baby, he was so fine. I was married to my ex then, baby. If I hadn't been married, baby, I would have walked up on David Banner.
Not you wouldn't.
Baby, that thing, and y'all, he like 6'1". He's
6'2".
6'2". He's tall and just brown skin and just chocolatey, well grown.
Smells good.
Oh my goodness, baby, he can get it.
Miss Asha say David Banner is fine. He is, girl.
He can get it.
He is.
Yeah, I like it, and he stays over in the area.
Yeah,
he stays. Cause he stays in the area, and
leave it at that.
He goes to the local Sprouts over here. So I'm hoping one day I walk in the Sprouts and be like,
but Natasha said, what she said? She said, let me see. She said, Sammie and Fee are our celebrities, okay? Girl, Natasha, when I see these celebrities, I be so desensitized. I be seeing T.I. I be seeing Jeezy at the Whole Foods. Now, I was excited when I seen Peebo Bryson in line behind me at Whole Foods. I didn't want to say nothing. He was with his grandson. Peebo looks good, y'all. Peebo Bryson look good. God is preserving him. He looks good. But yeah, y'all, we see celebrities all the time. I see Nene. She be in the spot. I be seeing her kind of giving me T.S. Madison teas, but she look good. She look like money. Jagged Edge, the twins, and be seeing them. I told him, I love your music. He was like, thank you. Have a great night. You have a great night. I'm just saying that to say that everybody think they a celebrity.
Everybody's a celebrity in Atlanta.
It's like, Don't put anybody on no pedestal. It's no
No.
reason to be intimidated by anybody. You know, death is promised to us all. We are all made of flesh, bones, and blood. So it's nobody's to be intimidated by. You know what I mean? It's just like, and that's just how it is in Atlanta. When you from here, you've been here long enough, you see so many different celebrities. You're just like, okay, there's so and so, and you just keep it moving. You going about your day. You know, they're just regular people. And half of the time, they don't want you to say nothing to them anyway.
No, they really don't.
And it's like, don't worry, I'm not going to say anything to you.
They really
I don't want to be bothered either. Commodore said, wow, I didn't know he was in his 60s. No, he's 6'2". David Banner's in his 50s. He in his 50s.
Yeah, he like 54, 55.
53, 52. Yeah, he's in his early 50s. But he's like 6'2". He's, you know.
He's tall.
Nice, tall chocolate
dressed
brother.
Nice. Yeah. I love me a well-dressed man.
Yeah. Well groomed. I like men that are well groomed. Nice, neat, clean. I like men that are nice and clean.
Yeah, and you know he rides his bike over on the trail too.
Mm-hmm. Baby, you know it all. Oh, little town bud.
Yeah, I might get me a bicycle and get on that trail.
Oh, that's a shame. Now you don't want to ride a bike. That's Lord have mercy. Instead of just doing it for yourself.
I gotta step my game up. Hey, 2026, we stepping our game up. We gotta step our game up. You hear me? Okay. I'm stepping my game up. Well, y'all thought I was outside last summer.
Do what you gotta do.
About to be outside.
Do what you gotta do.
Yes.
Get in the field.
You gotta get in the field.
You gotta get in the field. Come up off them dating apps and get in the field.
Gotta get in the field.
That's what I would tell anyone.
Yep. Gotta get outside.
Get outside.
Yep.
I could give anybody advice that's dating. Get off the apps, girl. And get in the field. At least when you meet them in person, you can tell a lot quicker that they weird.
Yeah, ain't that true?
And keep it pushing.
Now that's true.
Okay. Because they can hide the weirdness for a little bit longer when you talking and texting versus when you're in person.
Yes.
So, just get out in the field if you so choose to do so. But yeah, I just feel like, you know, now that Ty, he got his money up, he able to buy them old school cars and travel a little bit more, you know, and he's able to do a little bit more outside of Candy, even though he got the clout and the motion because of Candy. I'm not saying he's not talented. So anybody that know Todd, I'm not saying you're not talented. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that you definitely did not have that clout, that motion prior, like you have now prior to getting with Candy. And you were able to build off of her back and her hard work. That's just what it is. But I just think that it's just important to date men when they're up. Because then you really get to see what they like, what their preference is, and what they really truly want. Because I even, you know, have male family members who, when they're down on their luck, the women that they date is a complete contrast to the women that they date when they're not down on their luck. And, you know, there are a lot of men out here, not saying all, we love our men, but there are some men out here who are very hypergamous, and they will intentionally seek out women, and like Nesto, who, you know, are entrepreneurs, who are hardworking, who are successful, and they will try to make a come up off of those women. Okay. And I'm not saying that Ty didn't love or care about Candy, but I do think he got with her in order to make a come up. They weren't lying when they said that on the show. He is an opportunist. And I don't believe that he is going to walk away from this marriage with just what the prenup says he can walk away with. I think he's going to fight to get more than what's in that prenup. You know, and that's just, he's from New York. He's from around the way. He leaving here with something. And it just is what it is. It just is what it is. Call Me Darling said ATL is what NYC used to be. Now we are full of transplants. Yes. Anytime I tell people I'm from Atlanta, when I go out, people are shocked because most people are not from Atlanta. They're not, and it's kind of watered down the authenticity of the city, in my opinion, because you have a lot of people who move here who are clout chasers, who are inauthentic, who aren't genuine, and they're just trying to climb their way up on the social status and be around the who's who. But I just think that, and also too, let's talk about our elders and wisdom. I think that one of the biggest issues in this situation from an elder standpoint, like Mama Joyce, Aunt Nora, and them, is the delivery. It wasn't that what Mama Joyce was saying was necessarily so far fetched or far off. It was her delivery. And I think that this is a good lesson to be learned as many of us get ready to transition into that elder stage, that crone stage, of our lives, is that it's nothing wrong with calling a thing and pointing things out, but it's all in how you say it and your delivery. And I think that had Mama Joyce taken a little bit of a softer approach, or just maybe a more diplomatic or logical approach, I think that Candy would have been more prone to listen to her and her judgment. I think because Mama Joyce had so many antics around not liking Todd and not trusting Todd, that it just pushed Candy closer to Todd. And I think that that's a valuable lesson that we all can learn. It's like, if we still love one dating somebody, that we don't approve of, or we just get a sense that something isn't right, sometimes taking your hand off of it, easing the pressure that your hand has on the situation, can be more beneficial to you than you think. Whereas opposed when you're inserting yourself so much into the situation, you have such a tight hold and a tight grip on the situation, it can work against you, and it can make that individual cling to that person even more.
Right.
Versus if you kind of just stand back, like, okay, I don't think this person is the one for you, and it's because of XYZ or 1, 2, 3. This is why, and they just say, well, I like them, I love them, I still want to be okay, but just know I don't think they right for you, and it's because of XYZ, and then take your hand up off of it.
Right.
But I think because Mama Joyce put so much fire behind it and had so many antics, it just drew them closer together because they felt like they had to prove her wrong and some of the family members wrong. I feel like in a lot of ways, Candy and Todd, they got married. Do I think they cared about each other? Yes. But I also think they got married out of spite, to prove people wrong, to show people that, we can make it. Our love will last a lifetime or a long time. You guys are wrong. We're going to show you guys that we are going to be that power couple, that we are going to be that couple that lasts. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. And they just clung to each other because they both went through so much leading up to their marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it was part of that too. But do y'all remember when Marlo said that Todd said that he thought Candy was a country bumpkin?
Yeah.
And that he didn't really think that Candy was all that cute, but she was cute enough and that she had a nice body.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Marlo when she said that. I believe Todd said that about Candy. I don't know if y'all remember that, but Marlo said that years ago when she was on the Housewives. Okay, let me see what y'all saying in the chat. Call Me Darling said, I agree. We have to give Mama Joyce props for carrying the show for Candy. Because she made them seasons leading up to her marrying Todd. Those were iconic. I mean, obviously we still quote those taglines to this day, 10 plus years later. She definitely gave Candy a storyline. Honestly, Candy was extremely boring without her mama's mess. Yeah, she was. She was dry. Her little monotone and her little facial expression. Yeah, she was pretty dry up until that. Yeah, I'll give you that. You right. Natasha said, I agree. They wanted to prove mama wrong. Absolutely.
Yeah, they did.
And I feel like that's what helped keep them together.
Yeah. They did.
They feel like they had a point to prove. Like, it's us against the world. They don't know about our love. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, and now that has waned off, you know, everybody getting older. They're not as fixated on their relationship like that. Now it's just them. Now they have to just deal with each other. Then they realize, I don't like you like that anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna see how it play out.
We're gonna see how it play out. I'm hoping that it plays out for her good, you know, but Todd, you can pay something around now. You staying in the guest house. Why can't you at least cover the utilities in the guest house? Y'all do the calculation to see how much energy, light, water, electricity you using up staying in that. The guest house is like a baby mansion in itself. Her guest house is like a regular house that a regular $300-$400 house that people would stay in.
He just trifling.
The least he could do is put something on that. But once again, he resents her and he feels like, okay, you miss boss chick, you got it. You pay for everything. Since everything is mine, since the house is in your name, and he talked about how he felt some type of way about that the house that they have is in her name and not his. He feel like, well, you pay for it. But Candy put all the money down on the house. So why would she not put it in her name? She doesn't have a mortgage. She bought the house cash on foreclosure. So she owns that house outright. So why wouldn't she put her name on it?
I know she'd be glad when all this over.
Yeah, Todd feel like you big money. You got it. You don't need me to help you. You big money.
And
so figure it out.
He
Handle
also
it.
thinking about all the stuff that she does for her family.
Right.
You know.
He knows her finances.
Mm-hmm.
He knows what she doing, how she doing it. So he like, you got it. You figure it out. So it's, I hate that it's come to that, but I mean, if anything, it just solidified once again how I feel. I don't think it's safe for women to marry down. I don't. Love is just not enough because it's in a man's nature to want to lead, to want to walk to the beat of his own drum. Especially if you have a man that has a strong personality. Now, if you have a man like a Cecil Whitmore from Married to Medicine, Cecil Soft Life Whitmore, he ain't tripping about that. But if you have a man that's a go-getter and he wants to be the boss, he wants to be in control, he wants to be a mover and shaker, he's going to resent you if you are already where he wants to be or aspiring to be. And it's not going to work. So maybe if Candy would have married like a Cecil from Married to Medicine, like Dr. Simone, where he is really comfortable in being Mr. Mom and the man of the house and being the kept man, maybe it could have worked. But Todd is too ambitious for that. Todd want to be in control. He want to feel like he that ninja, like he got motion, like he running things. So, maybe it would have worked out with a man like Cecil, but not with a man like Todd. Todd needs to have his own money, and he needs to be in a position of control and power for his ego. That's just something that he needs. Like, if y'all ever get bored and want to watch his YouTube videos from 2022, it was just like he was feeling some type of way that Candy was just bossed up. And it's like, but you knew that when you got with her, almost like he thought that over time he would eventually be able to be equal to her. And it's like he was upset that she got even richer and that, yeah, he made a little bit more money throughout the years, but he didn't make as much. His net worth didn't skyrocket as much as hers did. And it's like he felt some type of way about it. Like he had animosity towards her because of it. And it's like, but she already had the house was already built before she even knew you existed. it's not on her, it's in her. She just blessed like that. And so that's another reason why I just think it's important for us as women to date on our level or above. And that might possibly mean we have to date outside our race. That's something that we may have to be open to. You know what I mean? But it just doesn't benefit us when we don't do so. It always comes back to bite us. Because a lot of times a lot of men they want to feel like they are the king of their castle. And we could blame it on patriarchy, insecurity, whatever you want to blame it on, but it just never works. It just never works. Unless you have a man that's truly committed to living the soft life and being a kept man, like a Cecil. Shout out to Cecil. It's just not gonna work. That's just my opinion. But y'all let me know what y'all think down in the chat. I don't know. Ty, you can at least pay something around at the guest house. You could pay for the landscape. That probably ain't nothing but a couple of $100 a month. He could pay for something. You know, he could take them kids down to the Dollar Tree and get them some number 2 pencils. You know, Todd is just being petty and acting ugly. He can contribute, but he's doing that to punish Candy because he feel like, well, you want to be big money, you want to be Miss Boss Chick, Miss Mine, and I'm gonna let you handle it all. And that's not right because you share kids with that lady, whether she has way more money than you or not. You still have a moral and financial obligation to Blaze and to Ace. And shame on you for not handling your responsibilities like a man. Whether your child's mother has it or not, you still have that obligation to those 2 children. So, that's our thoughts on it, y'all. Y'all let us know what y'all think down in the comment sections. Marriage, love is so interesting. It's so interesting. Nothing is set in stone, and it's a risk. It's a risk that we all take. You know, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But I think as long as you can learn and grow from it and come back bigger, better, and stronger, then I think it's worth the risk. I think that it's not done in vain. And so I think that Candy can alchemize this situation and really turn it around for her good, for her benefit. And I think she's trying her best to do that, trying to stay focused and just keep going because life goes on, you know life goes on. And I think in the end, this will hurt Todd more than it'll hurt Candy in the end. Even if she does have to end up paying him, I think this will be more of a loss for him than it is her, in my opinion. Oh, Chris. Oh, child. Chris. Hey, Chris. Child, I'm scared to read what Chris said. Chris said, but if a man got money and he's rich, can he choose how many women he want? And happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, Chris. Chris, if he got if he got that type of agreement with the woman, he can. Yeah. Some women don't mind a man having multiple women as long as he is able to supply all of their financial needs. It just depends on the agreement, Chris. Some women are okay with that if that man is dropping that bag, and that's just a case by case.
How many women you got, Chris?
That would be on the individuals that are involved. I don't know, Chris. Rihanna is a billionaire. She does have way more money than ASAP Rocky, but from my understanding, she hasn't married him. She is having them little cute big headed babies with him, but she ain't marrying him. So, that's a little bit. I don't know. Maybe that's why she's not gonna marry him. I don't know. But hey, people got to do what's right for them. I don't know. But either way it goes, I hope Candy and Todd can come to a resolution. And even if they don't get back together, I hope they have a great co-parenting relationship just for the sake of, Blaze and Ace. Because that's who really loses in the end, the children. So I hope that they can work everything out on their end And yeah, y'all, I hope you guys are enjoying your Valentine's Day. If you celebrate, if you care to, and most importantly, I hope everybody loves themselves. They're treating themselves well, taking care of themselves. They're not just using this day to focus on that. So yeah, y'all, I hope everybody's doing well, having a great Valentine's Day. I got some more stuff I gotta do to celebrate my Valentine's Day, so I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go. Child, FeeFee done got distracted, child. It's that menopause brain. But anyway, y'all, we hope you guys enjoyed this Valentine's Day live. For those of y'all who are gonna be watching the replay, please come back. Leave your comments. Let us know what you think about the discussion for this Valentine's Day, and we'll catch y'all next time. Bye, y'all. Have a great night. Please hit the like button, and we hope you enjoyed the show. Okay, she gonna come on back and tell y'all bye, y'all. She a hot mess. Oh Lord, go ahead and say now you want to get back on your Zoom. Now you want to get back on your
Bye,
Zoom.
y'all. Bye. Enjoy your Valentine's night. Bye.
Take care, y'all. Have a great night, y'all.
Talk to y'all
Bye.
soon. Bye.